Starting off, we see a guy named Dariel getting fired from the Demon King army. Because he's the lowest rank of the Demon King's army, and he can't use any magic. But Dariel says that the former King Granverza hired him. However, his son, the current King Bashabaza, thinks he's nothing but a disgrace. So they are basically saying that someone who can't use any magic is unneeded for their army. Before that, subscribe to my channel so you can see more stories like this. After getting fired from the Demon King's army, Dariel thinks that in that world humans and demons look the same. But the only way to tell the difference is that demons can use magic, and humans can't. Dariel is just walking around in the forest, and wondering about what to do next and where to go. Because he spent 32 years of his life in the demon castle with the demon knights. He doesn't know the outside world, and he's seeing a girl running from a monkey monster, and he saves the girl by killing the monster, and the girl basically wants to thank him for the help. She takes him to her village, and we learn her name is Marika. He's thinking like if the humans finds out that he's a demon they will kill him, so they asked him about what he was doing in the forest. He basically lied, and tells that he got fired from his job, and he became homeless. They're offered him to stay in their village, and the next day Marika's father offers him a job to become an adventurer who defeats monsters and gathers medicine. But he asks the father that he wants a job in farming, and they are like, no, you have a great body and health, you have to become an adventurer, and they are making him get registered only a human can do. After that registration, he finds out that he is not a demon, he is a human, and we learn that he was raised by the demon, but he's a human. He was adopted by the former King Granverza, and worked as a soldier in the Demon King army. Marika's father is the guild master of their village. Now they are testing him about his aura and strength. Humans have 4 types / sting hit block, but Dariel's aura fits every aspect perfectly. A guy named Gashita hates Dariel, because he thinks that he's bigger than Dariel, but he doesn't know that Dariel is super powerful. The father gave Dariel his first job to defeat the monster named Etaman, but Dariel already finished the job before his job even started. Now Dariel got promoted from E rank to D. Dariel and Marika started their adventure journey. They went to collect some medicine in the forest, and she explains that they asked that Gashita guy to collect some medicine, but he refused. That's why Marika went to collect medicine, and the monster monkey started to chase her. By the way, Marika is so strong, but she's afraid of fighting. They witness a deer, and Marika tries to hunt the deer. But suddenly the deer becomes like a demon and starts to fight an ant monster that's been hiding in the bushes. After that, they bring the deer and the ant monster back to the village, and the guy Gashita saw that and got angry and ran away, because he's the one who was supposed to hunt the ant monster. But Dariel got first. Gashita is not a bad guy, he just wants to become stronger. The guild chief shows Dariel a new target. It's a snake monster that only a C class can handle. But the Gashita guy went into the forest to defeat the snake monster, because he wants to get stronger. So Dariel goes into the forest to save Gashita, and sees him running from the snake monster, and kills the snake monster and saves Gashita. Now Gashita wants to get close to Dariel. Dariel thinks that it's better than being an enemy, and Gashita starts calling Dariel Big Bro, because he is 32 years old. We are back to the 4 kings. A girl named Zeviantes runs away from the fight and blames the new assistant. This time they fired the new assistant. This new guy is the 5th assistant. Troyas, a woman, one of the 4 kings, suggests that they should bring back Dariel, and the current king gets angry and says no. But Dariel still thinks about the 4 kings, because he's a good guy. One day Dariel returns home and opens the door, and Marika tries to hug him, and just destroys him, because remember, she is also strong. Dariel asks the guild's chief why there are a lot of houses empty. Chief starts to explain why. There was a mine called Mithril Mine. A mithril is a metal that can be used to create weapons. Even the demons want this mithril to create magical tools. So humans and demons have been fighting for the mine for hundreds of years. But the village has stopped sending people to war, and the demons took the mine for themselves. And all the people have already given up. After hearing the story from the guild's chief, Dariel decides to go visit the mithril mine. There he meets his old teammates, the Knockers. They are basically small demons who work on the mine. Dariel was their old leader. They were so happy to see him. But the new leader is the worst. He doesn't care about the Knockers. He wants the mithril stones more and makes them do overwork. And the Knockers stood up to their new leader, and the new leader started to attack the Knockers. Dariel sees all these things and tries to stop the leader and defeats all the knights and asks the leader why he's doing this. And the new leader says he is not actually a leader. He just visits the mine to check on them. And the Knockers decide to leave the mine with Dariel. And Dariel asks the guild's chief to accept the Knockers, and the chief accepts them to employ the Knockers. Bishbaza, the former king's son, tells that he's creating a big magic bomb using mithril. That means he's the one who is putting the knocker work extra time. And the other lady king says that the mithril mine was stolen, but we know who stole it. It was not actually stolen. Dariel saved the knockers from this mad king. The demon king calls Bishbaza to have a little talk and asks him to retain his knockers and tells him that he's more stupid than he thought he was, and asks him about Dariel. But the demon king knows that he fired Dariel from the kingdom. Bishbaza hates Dariel so much because he's good at taking care of the kingdom, kings, and his knockers. We meet a new character here called Fitbiton. Basically, he's making fun of Dariel that he is D rank, and Dariel destroys him by asking why he ran away from the snake monster earlier. And the people finds out that Dariel is the one who defeated the snake monster. And Dariel meets his demon friend. They tries to take knockers to their kingdom. And Dariel asks his friend to buy the mithril stones, and the demon friend says that he will give 4 times extra money. Before that negotiation, Dariel's friend tries to take him by force, by using his magic power. But Dariel simply breaks the magic. Because he's powerful now, the guy named Fitbiton doesn't like the negotiation, and tries to kill the demon guy, but the Dariel stops him. A new guy named Best asks Dariel to make a workshop to process the mithril. Dariel starts to search the workshop, and finds the same guy named Fitbiton, and he starts to insult Dariel by comparing their ranks. That he's B rank, he can take care of their workshop. After that, Dariel meets an old man named Smith. He's the mithril blacksmith. He makes swords, shields, etc. He finds out that Dariel can use 4 types of aura / sting hit guard. Dariel takes old man Smith to the foundry, and he shows everyone how to make a sword. And Dariel slashes the tree with his sword. And the old man Smith takes Dariel's sword back. And the other guy named Fitbiton asks old man Smith to join them and make swords. But the old man refuses his offer, and he asks Dariel to join his forces, but Dariel refuses. So Fitbiton challenges Dariel on duel. They both starts to fight. The old man has made Dariel a new weapon that can change its formation. Dariel wins the duel, and Best asks Dariel to Central Guild Force. Dariel kept thinking about the Central Guild Force, and Marika asks Dariel to spend some time with her, because at some point he's going to leave her. But Dariel says that he's not going to leave to join the Central Guild Force. He wants to stay because Marika is the one who gave new life to him when he doesn't know where to go. The current King Bishbaza meets his father, the former demon king Granverza, Bishbaza's dad. Granverza says to him that they weren't sure about giving the throne to Bishbaza because of his youthfulness. But Dariel was made sure that he will serve as an assistant to the 4 demon kings. Granverza asks Bishbaza how's Dariel doing, and he lies that he's doing fine. But the demon king gets angry and punches his son on his face and says that the demons asks him to forgive his son's sins, because he fired Dariel, the perfect demon knight assistant. Bishbaza gets angry and says that he will become the demon king like his father. Granverza worried about Dariel. Marika's father asks Dariel to become chief of the Locks village, and he says yes. Time passed. 1 year later, Dariel and Marika got married and had a son named Gran. Dariel meets the hero lady. They basically came to wield some swords and mithril stones to the Locks village. The hero's name is Rady. She tells Dariel about why she came to Locks village. One we already know, to make new custom swords, and the other one is to select a new member for her group. Dariel brings Rady and her fellow members to the foundry. After that, they had a competition with the hero group, and the hero group destroys the villagers. When the hero Rady decides to use her final move, Dariel stops her. She asks Dariel to fight her, and she starts attacking him, but he dodges it, and she uses her final move to Dariel. But Dariel stops the attack before it's even started. Hero Rady offers her 4th member place to Dariel to fight against the Demon King, but Dariel refuses and walks away. After that, she asks Dariel why he's not joining. He tells her he wants to see his son growing up, and he hates fighting the Demon King because we know he grew up there for 32 years. And he tells her that both humans and demons are fighting for their own family. After that conversation, she basically asks him to train her to fight, and he accepts it, because he thinks that maybe that way he can change the atmosphere of no war. Meanwhile, in the demon castle, Bishbaza is gone. Zebiantes, one of the 4 kings, she's looking for Dariel, and finds him in Locks village. Zebiantes shows up in his living room, and she's making fun of Dariel's face. But Marika shows up, and she hears that, and she gets angry, puts a hole on the wall. It scared Zebenates, and Dariel attacks Zebenates and his demon friend outside. She challenges Dariel to a fight, but gets completely destroyed by him, and he makes a deal with her that he gives her mithril stones in exchange. She shouldn't punish his demon friend, and shouldn't tell anyone about the place Dariel was staying. After that, the hero group arrives, but Dariel hides Zebonates in Foundry. But the hero Rady finds the truth about Zebonates and asks for a duel, and they both had a fight the next morning in the forest. And in the middle of the battle, Dariel's son jumps and goes to Rady and Zebonates. But during the battle the rocks begins to fall off all of a sudden on Gran, but Rady and Zebonates protects the baby, and they end their fight and become friends. After that we meet the real hero, I mean the previous hero, Alanza. Alanza is actually too good with humans. There's not one person who hates him because on the one hand he's the strongest hero, on the other hand, he's so nice with Purple. Alanza asks Rady to duel with him to check her new training capabilities. She uses some new moves against Alanza, but he just sidesteps it. And he asks her who taught her that move. She tells it was Dariel, and Alanza asks duel to Dariel, but he suggests that they fight after they finish their lunch, and Alanza accepts it. Zebonates tries to catch a cloth by using her magic, but Alanza senses her magic power and throws his stick from far away to her, and she gets scared. Alanza tries to kill Zebonates, but Dariel shows up and blocks the attack, and they have their own fight. But Dariel doesn't want to fight, so he tries to block the attack, but gets blown away. And Alanza asks Dariel why he's protecting the demon, so he reveals the truth about he got resued by the demon lord Granverza when he was little baby. Meanwhile we see Granverza meeting the powerful demon king in a dragon form. He tells about Dariel living in the Locks village. Granverza asks the demon king to remove his son from his current king position, so the demon king asks Granverza why he's showing too much love towards Dariel, but not his blood-related son. That time we are getting a flashback on the battlefield where the demon Solidas tells Granverza that to defeat the powerful hero Alanza, they need Dariel. And back to Alanza and Dariel's conversation. Alanza gets shocked by the answer, that he was raised by the ex-demon king Granverza, and asks him that how many years ago. Dariel says 33, and we get the real truth here, that Dariel was Alanza's son. During the time, Granverza comrade killed Dariel's mom and takes Dariel with him. Out of nowhere Alanza shoots a fire towards the mountain. We see Granverza standing there. So now Granverza says that he's glad that he raised Dariel, but Alanza gets mad and tells him that he was one who was supposed to be spending his time with the son, and Granverza took that from him, and they are both getting ready to fight. But Micah interrupts them and tells them that they shouldn't fight in front of their grandchild, and we see Granverza's son Bashabaza returns to the castle for his, but no one shows up. Because his dad asks the demon king to remove his son's position, and he gets angry at Dariel and blows up the party room. He learns some new magic. On the other side we see Alanza and Granverza talking about the Demon King, saying that the Demon King is immortal, and we see Gashida calling them for help, and all of them goes to the place, and they witnesses that there is a huge dragon firing fire all over the place, and the knockers get caught in the fire, and Dariel goes inside to save the knockers. Make sure to subscribe before going into the climax. On the outside the heroes and the Demon King tries to fight the dragon, but the dragon is just firing too much fire against them, and the dragon sees Dariel saving the knockers, and went for Dariel. Dariel tries to stop the dragon, but the dragon just leaves. After that we see the ex-Demon King Granverza went to ask his son Bashabaza about the incident. There we learn Bashabaza is not gone, he went to study the magic books to make a deal with the dragon. Meanwhile, Dariel knows what's going to come next, and he evacuates the whole village and fights Bashabaza. The final battle begins, and we see the backstory that causes Bashabaza to be full of hatred, and Bashabaza realizes what he should have done in the first place, and they destroy the dragon, and they all share a moment. Subscribe.